working, but the one place I did take her was Istanbul. And on that occasion, we'll never forget when she arrived on the plane, because we had done so much work with Turkey to try to divert an increasing number of oil tankers that were coming in from the Black Sea to a pipeline. And you'll know how narrow the Bosphorus is. Well, then, in honor of the occasion, she was picked up by the plane by the Turkish Navy, and they took us up and down the Bosphorus with various Turkish government officials. An experience I'll never forget. Obviously, you know the background of the region in Turkey, and in this sense, it has tremendous, so much in common with the United States in terms of being a country that has really been the term that we use in the United States, and it's used with some. It has pluses and minuses as a term, but you've often heard the term melting pot, by which we mean that we are people who come from very different, ethnic backgrounds and have created a sense of identity. Well, anybody who knows anything about the history of Turkey knows that it happened first in Turkey, that where it was a real crossroads where people came and really established some great sense of community and culture. At the same time, if you look at the ethnic identity of those people who have Turkish ancestries, I'm sure you'll find that there's 2,000 square mile radius where people have come from, which the linguists will also tell us if you've ever studied the origin of the Turkish language. It comes from just so many different original languages 2,000 years ago. I want to visit with you a little bit about some of the things that are important for our country and for our state. Many of them may be more important for our state than other states, but I'll just mention a few, then I'd like to just have a conversation and take questions. Let me start on a topic which is related to what I had discussed when I talked about my prior experiences in Turkey, and that is simply that the world be in a position and grow to be in a position in which we have energy resources which are affordable and secure and sustainable. Sustainable means that we, don't do damage to our environment over the long run. Every big city, including Istanbul, including Houston, has problems with air quality from time to time because of the density. This will tend to get worse as more and more people drive vehicles, as we've seen in some of the world's largest cities. We need to have energy where it's secure and we could be free from supply disruptions. That's why the Baku-Ceyhan line was so important, because whether it be an accident or somebody taking an act that would sink a tanker across Bosphorus or something of that nature, that would have affected long-term world security as more and more oil is evacuated both from Russia and from the Caspian states. It also means that you're more secure when you have sustainable resources such as solar panels on rooftops, such as using the wind energy. In this city, a great energy city, a city that we think of as green because you can fly over it and you can see it looks like a forest compared to many other large cities. But people don't appreciate in a city so well known as a center for the world oil and gas industry, all the tremendous progress we've made over the last 5 years since I've been mayor. We have top 3 in the United States in energy efficient buildings. We have the most forward thinking, some would say strict energy efficient building code for new commercial construction. The city of Houston itself has been the fastest growing city in the United States since I've been mayor, has the largest job growth of any city in our country. As a matter of fact, we've had more jobs added since I've been mayor than 16 of our states combined. So we've done all this, and yet the energy consumption, the electricity consumption of the city of Houston, the biggest consumer, has gone down by 6%. And I will tell you, as somebody who's worked in the energy field for over 30 years, nothing like that has happened before in a big city. And we've shown others how it might be done. Largest purchaser of renewable energy of any state, local, or federal government entity in the United States of America. Largest amount of park space of any of the top 10 big cities, and second number of parks per capita. So, and I could, all these things, we've cracked down on pollution and seen the levels of certain pollutants come down because we don't think that any one company should own the air that our kids and our grandparents breathe, right? And we ought to make sure that we respect, are good stewards of the world, which we will leave to those who come after us. These are all things we can do, and these will be moments of decision over the next several years in the federal government in energy policy. That's just one of the reasons why, as some of you may know, I want to work for the people of this state as the next U.S. Senator from Texas, so that we have representation that looks to the future, who wants to get who has an international perspective, who wants to get the country moving. Another issue that's of vital importance to every country on this planet is making sure that we have a good quality educational system that's accessible to all people. This is very critically important. We have some improvements that we can make in both access to higher education and public education. We have one of the experts, by the way, in the whole state right here, who knows this battle. But we have a ways to go. Too often we talk about investing in the future and investing in our kids, but when you look at the amount of investment compared to that spent on so many things within our country and other nations, if you notice, there's a gap between what the politicians say and what they deliver on that. And I don't think there should be a gap, because I think we live in a global economy. That's a reality. It's not an ideology, or it's not a prediction. It's a fact. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but not everybody's entitled to their own facts, right? And that's a good place to start. And so if we, on the people of Turkey or any other, want to compete in the global economy, want to use some of the benefits of automation and machine tools as a substitute for some labor to improve the living standards of people, increase productivity, have jobs that have a future where people don't simply need to work with the brawn of their back and their arms, and we want to provide some of the amenities so that women do not have to carry fresh food and water as still as a million do every single day from miles away to where they live. If we want some of the amenities that allow people freedom and some flexibility in their lives, then we got to invest in education, and it just can't be for the few that we do so. And the third issue, of course, at every time and place, is access to health care, and to make sure there's good quality health care that is available to people. And these are important issues for our community and our nation. Say a word just a second about the global economic crisis. If anything, if anybody doesn't believe in the interdependence of this world, then